Bayek, it's chilly out. It is the 1st of December tomorrow, start of meteorological winter, I'll have you know. Astronomical winter doesn't start until the 21st after the solstice, but in meteorological terms, December 1st is winter, so it's blooming cold out. Hello folks, good afternoon. Hope everybody's well. It's December the 1st tomorrow. It's almost 3 years since I bought this van. I think it was the 5th of December, 3 years ago, December 19, I purchased this. I've got to take it into a garage in a couple of days and get the cam belt changed. So it's been 6 years since that was done. I think they advised 5 years. Even though I haven't done very many miles, so take it in for a couple of days. So I'm going to empty the van out again, as I did on the habitation check, and don't like leaving things if it's staying away where I don't know, and so I thought I'd empty it out. But I thought, as it's 3 years, I'll look at the stuff that I've accrued. Plenty of things have been new over the last 3 years. Some of the things I've still got from my camping days. I used to do a lot of camping before the van, but got too old to basically sleep on the floor, so that's why I went for the motorhome. Anyway, I'm going to look through the cupboards, empty it all out, and just have a look at what there is really. And I know they always say if you've had something for a year and not used it, then you're never going to use it. So we'll see if there's anything of that nature. So there's not a great amount of stuff in the bathroom area, a few chemicals in there and whatnot, so I'll just take that box out. One of the things I keep in my shower is the Wastemaster, so I found that very useful, so that'll be coming out. If I'm staying at a campsite, then rather than moving the van, it's quite easy to just put that under, empty the water into it and take it off down to the grey waste. I've got a duck's back bag to keep it safe in there, so I'll show you that. Very good quality, and that stops it getting mangled and stops affecting the plastic in the shower there. I've got two kettles which I take with me, one put on the gas ring, one to plug into electric if I'm on a site and plugged in. I've also got one of these cloths. This one is Brabantia, so goes on there when I'm travelling to stop that rattling about, and then once I've arrived, just put it next to it, and it's a drying mat, that's what they call them. So on all my shelves I've got this blue matting, so it's sort of a rubberized matting, so that stops things moving around. So I've got salt and pepper in there, a few cups in the one above it, and so that's proved very useful. I've accrued this, I think I got it from Amazon, so it's a USB chargeable lighter, so give it as that. There you are, light your candles, light the gas, whatever you want to do with it, so that's a very useful little tool. Another cupboard with blue matting in, stops things slipping about, and lots of plastic boxes, so we've got in there hot chocolate, tea, packets of rice, and oh, I don't know what else. Probably stuff in there that I haven't used for a while, so I need to have a look through that. A nice metal sink, as good as new as when I bought it, and reason is because I've got a nice blue bowl to fit in it. So this is one of those collapsible bowls, just fits in it, and easy to chuck the water out, keep clean, and keep the original van in good condition. Got a cupboard here next to the kitchen which has got my plates in it, my cups, the obligatory West Ham mug. Just found this in the cupboard, my Brennenstuhl damp detector. I'd forgotten where I'd put that, so I've been using that over the last year or so when I had me slight damp problems in the offside back end of the van, and I think that is again another Amazon purchase, so that's proved very useful. Just to give me an idea of how I'm doing with combating the damp. And as you may have seen from the last video, or last but one video, then I think I've got no damp, so that's all very good. That can stay in the van. In this cupboard, it's MacLeod's cupboard. Got a torch in there, a couple of chargers for batteries, and some games. Looks though that hasn't been used for a while. So my book cupboard with maps, Camping and Caravanning Club handbook, Caravan Club handbook, more maps to shake a stick at, and books like this, which are fantastic. Wild Ruins. So whenever I go anywhere, I'll have a look and see what there is to go and explore. So that's a picture of Corfe Castle, but it's got all sorts of things, not necessarily National Trust or English heritage, but just ruins in the middle of nowhere. So I found some fantastic sites by looking at that. So a little cupboard there with camera, binoculars, which I've had for ages, so I will take them out, and the rest of them bits in there can stay. I've got a tripod and a basic screwdriver set, so they can stay in there. So we can see there are a few things that I've bought there since I've had the van, and the next thing is to get into this cupboard. This is the only real locker space I've got. It goes under one of the settees, but I'll fit a few boxes in there. So let's get all that stuff out and see what else I bought recently. We've got my wind blocker, sun, shade, rain disperser, whatever you want to call it. This came from Minster Products. I think I showed it on my last or couple of videos ago. It goes on the end of the awning, so it offers a bit of protection and a bit of privacy as well. So I've used that once for a couple of days at that campsite by the farm, and so that has been very useful. We've got an awning carpet, matte, 2.5 by 3 meters. Again, it's sort of material that goes on the grass, offers you a bit of protection under your awning, and reduces the amount of grass that is brought into the van. So again, used if you're staying at some place for 2 or 3 days. Another of my duck's back products, which have all been bought. So this is a very good bag. It's for a reel, and in fact I've got two reels in there. One being the water hose and the other being the electric cable, 20 meter, I think it is electric cable. So obviously electric and water don't go together, but they're dry. Everything's dry when it goes back in the bag, so no problems in having any issues there. And this is made of Cordura, I think, something like that. So very good zip, very waterproof bag. Very good product. I love these, and you'll see another one that I bought very shortly. Thule levelers, so use that quite a bit. Get to a campsite, need leveling, put this under 1 wheel, 2 wheels, jack it up a bit, so they prove very useful. Coming to the end of one of those boxes, tie down ratchet strap. So bright green ratchet strap, so if I've got my awning out and it's a bit breezy, I can tie it down and stop it wobbling around. A few more gas canisters, collapsible bucket, so cloths of course, collapsible bucket, so it just goes in that box there. And the final thing in that box is a pressure gauge. So this one comes from Draper, sort of got brass fittings, quite nice fittings, goes up to 100 psi, 7 bar, so plenty enough for the van. So that's a nice little bit of kit there with a sort of flexible hose. Next box that lives under the settee through that little cupboard, I've got some heavy duty grip mats from Milenko. As you can see, they're still in the plastic cover, so they just go in the cupboard. Not use those, so you know, if I take them out I'll get stuck, won't I? So they will just stay in the van, they don't take up much space. Some cleaning products. I met a chap, I think it was Richard, from a company called PP Protect. And I've seen them on YouTube as well. They do ceramic coating and whatnot. So I think I met them at the Newbury show. So a few cleaning mixtures for windows, a bit of ceramic coating and a sort of polish thing as well. So they're in there. If I get half an hour free, I'll just go over the van, give it a quick shine up. Lots of microfiber cloths. Now another little box from Duck's Back. So this is a nice little box. Looks like shoes, but it's not shoes. It's got my pegs. So my rock pegs for the awning. So again, if I've got that out, I can just peg it down. And my trusty hammer. Look at that. So that's probably 30 years old. So that does a very good job. Bit worn on the ends, but that does a really good job in getting the pegs into the ground. And of course, if you put your pegs in, you want a peg puller. So that's going to pull the pegs out of the ground once you're heading off. So all that stuff just stays in that little bag. Cleaning mixtures, waste pipe cleaner, bobby dazzler, motorhome cleaner, plug for when I'm at home, box of bits going in the water for plugging the hose on, hose connectors, probably some Gorilla Tape, a little hose connector for the tap, bits of rope and some sort of tent repair stuff in there, so probably don't need that, but it just stays in the bits box. Another bits box. So I've just done cleaning on my water system, so that's what I use there. So got some of that left in there. Go around the seals on the windows, on the toilet, on the cupboard, so any rubber seals, so that is very useful. More cleaner and a Ribena bottle. Very useful this has been. I'll show you what it's used for. Right, I'm outside again by the van. Can you guess what it was used for? It goes with this. So if I'm on a campsite and I've run out of water, rather than driving the van around to the tap, I will fill out a couple of these 5-litre containers. I'll take a couple of them when I go, and I will use this as a funnel. So on the back, got a nice cutout. See the cutout there? The shape of this is very important. This will go in the hole. Take the thing off, stick that in there, hole facing upwards, pour in water. There we go, van is pretty empty now, ready to go off to have the cam belt done. Cupboards are still open at the moment, but I'll close those before I set off. And just a couple of things I've noticed on the way in that I haven't told you about. That's where the TV goes in this van. Back in 2010, they obviously only had square TVs, so I did borrow one for a while, but it stopped working. So I've taken the bracket off, the swing arm bracket, so that just sits like that at the moment. I don't really watch TV. This little pocket, I think it's a Fiamma extra large pocket, was one of the best things I put on as well. You come in the door and then you put your keys in there, your phone in there, your wallet, whatever you need. I think I might need to put a USB socket just next to it. That'll be useful because the other USB sockets in the van are on the other side, on the driver's side. And that's the bottom of the entrance door. I don't know if you can see it, but there are 4 screw holes there, and that's where the bin was. So I've taken the bin off. I just use a plastic bag when I'm inside. The bin kept getting in the way. I kept banging it, hitting my feet on it when closing the door. So that's gone off, so that makes it a bit more streamlined to get in the wagon. And the only other thing I've put on is a solar panel. I've got a 150 watt solar panel on the back, Victron MPPT controller under the bench seat, just on the other side here. Yes, so I think those are things that I've changed over the last 3 years, minus a couple of days, and generally quite happy with it. So hope you enjoyed it. Catch you on the next one. Stay safe and enjoy your travels.